Hello, this is Lilla in Hawaii again. I'm making some boho sort of style things too, which is one of my favorite styles actually. And they're not complete by any means, but thought I'd just show them because I haven't been on my YouTube channel like I should. First of all, I thought you might like to see how I store my boho supplies. This is one of about 5 or 6 bags. Big plastic bags. This is a gallon size, and it's filled with boho stuff. I have ribbons and trims and lace and fabrics, all with that sort of rusticy bohemian look to them, and that's a good place for me to sort of dig in at times when I'm in that sort of a mood. It's a nice change from all the linen and lace. Anyway, I'm making a boho pouch too at the moment, and I've got 3 or 4 little beads that I'm going to sew on the top there, and this is the flap. The way I make this, if you're interested, I don't know if you are, is I make the patched piece. Let me move that. I make the patched piece like that, and there it is there. And the way I've done this one is I made a big piece, and this is a piece cut off it, probably about half of the patchwork I did. So I did some patchwork onto muslin, like that. It's about 14 inches long by 5 inches wide, and then that of course will fold up like so. It'll fold that way. It'll be lined and sewn, and then that's the flap. Then I'm going to put a hanger on it. Now for this trim here, I've actually layered 3 trims. I have a fibery dangly trim, I have a sequin trim, and then on top of that I put a beaded trim, and all in that colorways. And then I found a little piece of beaded trim just about 2 inches actually, so I put that there, and across the top I've put some more, and I'm going to thread some material through there, some sort of cord or something, and that'll be where the hanger sort of steps out from. So that's one. Another thing that I pulled out of the stash too is this is going to be a pouch. I made one of those button charms. I think I saw that on YouTube somewhere, just forget exactly where. But anyway, I made one of those, and that's going to, I thought, oh, now how can I use that? So that, I'll just bring it a little bit closer. I like to get these covered buttons. I've actually used them for years, and I used to embroider around the edge of them once. It's not easy to find the buttons to cover anymore. It seems to be sort of an old-fashioned thing. Anyway, I had this sort of sage green silk, and I found, just going through my boho stash, I found these little items here. Oh gosh, there we are. And so I put those together. I'm going to move those blossoms. I put them together, and I'm going to make that into a bag. This is really how I start. I gather some things that I think will work together, and then I gather up the pieces that I think will go on it, or that I can use, and I may not use all of them. And then I start building. This is 2 pieces here, and they're about 5 by 6. They'll be padded and lined. I usually put some interfacing behind them just to give them some body, especially when it's silk. And when it's silk, I try to use the woven interfacing rather than the iron-on that's non-woven. The woven is best for silk, and I do try to pre-wash all my silk. So, and I like to use silk, and for some reason silk isn't too difficult to find in Hawaii. Being, you know, a lot of Asians here, I think we do showcase a lot of silk. We only have one shop that has it. The other thing I've been making is some boho bead bracelets, and I was wearing a bunch yesterday. I'm just going to move this away first. I was wearing a bunch. I wrap them around my wrist when I go out. I like to wear 4 or 5 at once. So these are some that I made. These are not the ones I wore yesterday, but these are some I made. This one's one of those stretchy ones on double stretch black cord. It's not elastic, it's like a cord, and there is a little trick. A neighbor actually here in Hawaii showed me how she made that, and so I made that. And this will be stackable. I'll have 3 or 4 different sizes that go together. That's going to be for her daughter. Then this particular one is a wrap bracelet, and this one, I'll pick it up, this one wraps 3 times around your wrist. I crocheted the beads on this, and they're all antique glass beads. I had a stash of them. Oh, I hate that word stash. And I decided I've got to use those. Little tricky because you can't always find the holes that are big enough. I have a reamer for my beads, but for some reason or other it's very difficult to get to work properly. I usually end up breaking the bead, and that's not much good. But I do have a collection of old buttons, so they make a nice fastener too. And this looks rather pretty on, so as I say, it wraps 3 times around your wrist. So thanks for watching, and I'll see what else I can come up with so that I can keep my YouTube channel more active. I know I'm a little tardy at times, but I do think of all of you, and I check it out every day as well. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.